Really, my whole life growing up was all about music. It always has been. I think that personally, once you find something in your life that you feel good about, go with that. Hey everybody, this is Jeff Loomis, and these are my signature Noumenon pickups. My father, he had a classical guitar that one day I just took out and started noodling around with it. And yeah, it just turned into this thing where I would play like 10, 12 hours a day. At that time, I was listening to a lot of Unveils and, the first Van Halen record, and slow the vinyl down so I could hear how he did the tapping. But that's really how I got my start, was just doing the whole bedroom guitar player thing and try to just really work on technique and picking and being really clean with my playing. The idea behind the Noumenon pickup kind of happened by accident during an Arch Enemy sound check. I had an issue with one of my guitars that had my active set in it, and I needed a B guitar really quick to use, and I had a made in Japan Jackson with me on the road that had a passive Seymour Duncan in it. Strapped it on, started playing, and I just really loved the feel and sound of those pickups. And being a player that's come from 20 years of playing active pickups, that whole sound check was kind of the turning point for me to relive the moments of using passives again. So the development of the Noumenon passive pickup really started with me talking to the guys and gals at Seymour Duncan and telling them what I really liked about some of the artists' pickups that had passive pickups, especially Mark Holcomb with his Alpha Omega pickups. I really loved the sound of those. So kind of told them what I wanted tonally, and I created a Pro Tools session with, I would say, about 5 to 6 pickup sets, and I would make the same recording of a rhythm passage. I would just really hone in on each individual track to hear the differences in sound quality of each of the prototypes. It was a pretty fast process for me because I know what I want up here. And listening back to it through my monitors is really important, but then it's also really important to have the amps on to hear how it pushes and how it feels that way. With chords that I'm playing, I want to make sure that I'm hearing each individual note ring out if I'm playing a heavily distorted chord. Also, the way that the pick is hitting the strings, I like to hear that chirping sounds, especially with leads, and how that's coming out of the amp is very important to me. Also, the Noumenon set has a very blade-like quality that's just really shearing through the mix and really out front and prominent. So all those little qualities put together are what makes a perfect pickup for me. In my personal situation, I'm going to focus more on using the active pickups in a studio situation, because when you're quad tracking rhythms, it's just great to have that in-your-face, upfront sound. Whereas with the passive pickups, dynamically speaking, it's more expressive to me in a live situation, just because you've got more dynamic range and a lot more expressiveness in that sense. For me, having both of these pickups, it's the best of both worlds. I would believe that it's catered to everybody, really. It could work for a blues player, it could work for a jazz player, because it's got so much dynamic. So I don't want people to think out there that it's just catered to the metal musician. It's just a fantastic sounding pickup, and the tone is there. Everything is there that I need personally, and I think you're all going to enjoy it too.